Introducing Nickelodeon. Children's programming that's fit for children. 13 hours of programming a day, 7 days a week, that will make them wonder, laugh, ponder, and think. We took everything that was wrong with children's television and got rid of it. We kept everything that was good about it and made it better. The result is Nickelodeon, the young people's satellite network.
Nickelodeon, innovative, non-commercial cable television programming for young people. Kids are finally getting the kind of television they deserve.
Look around, you can find a world of magic. Look around, you can make the world your friend. Silver ball in the air, see it float everywhere. Nickelodeon, Nickelodeon, here we go, Nickelodeon.
silver ball in the air. See it glow everywhere. Nickelodeon, 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 here we go, Nickelodeon. Nick, 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 Nick. Nick, 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 Nick. Nick, 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 do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, Nick, 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 Nickelodeon. Nick, 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 do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, Nick, 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 Nickelodeon. Nick, 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 do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, Nick, 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 Nickelodeon. Nick, 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 do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, wow, Nick, 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 Nickelodeon. Nick, 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 Nickelodeon. Nick, 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 Nickelodeon. Aren't you glad you got your Nickelodeon? Aren't you glad you got your Nickelodeon? You watching Nick? Aren't you glad you watching Nick? On the Lord Hut, hear a hut, Nick. On the Lord Hut, hear a hut, Nick, Nick. On the Ricky Ticky Low, while living #1 Nickelodeon. On the Lord Hut, hear a hut, Nick. On the Lord Hut, hear a hut, Nick, Nick. On the Ricky Ticky Low, while living #1 Nickelodeon.
I'm here with my friends, Nickelodeon, the song Nickelodeon.
Be-doo, you wop, dee-bop, Nickelodeon, be-doo, dee-bop, Nickelodeon, be-doo. Ruff, 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 bow, wow, 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 yum. Nickelodeon, Nickelodeon, Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon, Lodion, ooh.
It doesn't matter where you are, when Nickelodeon let you are, better off by far. Nickelodeon, 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 waiting for you every day. Nickelodeon.
Say hey, say hi, say ho, yeah, yeah, Nickelodeon.
Be-doo, 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 bop, dee-bop, Nickelodeon, be-doo, be-doo, bop, dee-bop, Nickelodeon, yeah. Be-doo, 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 bop, dee-bop, Nickelodeon, be-doo, be-doo, bop, dee-bop, Nickelodeon, yeah.
Shoo-be-doo-be-doo-wop, la 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 la, shoo-be-doo-be-doo-wop, la 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 la, shoo-be-doo-be-doo-wop, Nickelodeon. Tra-la, tra-la-la-la-la, twilly-twilly-dum, bang-bang, shoo-little-lulu, Nickelodeon.
Good here. Move! Aren't you glad
You watching? You watching? You watching, Nick? Aren't you glad? You watching? You watching? You watching, Nick?
Aren't you glad
You watching? You watching? You watching, Nick? Aren't you glad? You watching? You watching? You watching, Nick? One, two, three. It's time for the next word of mine. Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon, your TV network. Nickelodeon, the place for kids. Nickelodeon.
Bow wow. Ooh. Ruff. Orf. Arf.
Nickelodeon.
Arf.
Nickelodeon. Arf!
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Bet.
Fishy bad wacky wacky way you.
Time for Nickelodeon.
Let's go.
Hello.
Woo!
Nick, 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 Nick. Nickelodeon. Nick is kids.
kids say nick, Nickelodeon. Boom.
Nickelodeon, gotta wanna sing now. Nickelodeon, Nickelodeon, Nickelodeon.
Hallo. Dus. Yes, oui, oui. Oh.
Nickelodeon, your TV network. Nickelodeon, the place for kids. Nickelodeon.
That's it, smile, baby. Come on, kick higher, girls. Okay, where's the robot? Robot, you're out of frame, robot. All right, cue the shark. Yes, cut. Nickelodeon, take 50. We got it, cut.
Kids.
Nick, 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 Nickelodeon. All the kids say Nick, 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 Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Like his kids.
Everybody over now. Now everybody over here. Nick, 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 Nick.
Nick, 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 Nick. Nickelodeon. Nick is kids. Nick, 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 Nick. Nickelodeon. Nick is kids. Nick, Nick. Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon.
Clinky. Look.
Nice.
Cold. What? Nickelodeon. Ice. Cold. Neon. Light. No. Cold. Cool. Keen. Dip. Nickelodeon.
Attaboy.
Hey, let's go, Charlie.
Oh, that was a that's so
Nickelodeon. 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 Nickelodeon.
Pardon me, excuse me.
Wow.
Yeah, step aside. Don't worry.
Ooh. Huh?
Nick. Nick. Nick.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Nickelodeon, 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 Nickelodeon.
Let's go! Move, Queen.
Wait for me! Come on,
Begin time travel. Begin time travel.
Nick, Nickelodeon, oh the Nickelon, blah blah. You never done doing Nickelodeon. Oh Lonnie Nick, Nickelodeon, oh the Nickelon, blah blah. You never done doing Nickelodeon. Oh Lonnie Nick, Nickelodeon, oh the Nickelon, blah blah. You never done doing Nickelodeon. Oh, Lonnie Nick, Nickelodeon, oh the Nickelon, blah blah blah. Never done doing Nickelodeon.
Oh, Lordy, Nick. Try another.
Nickelodeon.
Out a nickel on. You're never done doing Nickelodeon. Oh, Lordy, Nick. Try another.
Nickelodeon.
Out a nickel on. You're never done doing Nickelodeon.
Nunca paras de crear a Nickelodeon. Nunca paras de crear a Nickelodeon.
Yum de dum de dum, blah blah blah. Plunk plunk plunk. Never done doing Nickelodeon. Dooby dooby doo. Me 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 me. Yum bum bum. La 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 la.
You're never done doing Nickelodeon. Dooby dooby doo.
Me 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 me. Yum bum bum. La 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 la.
You're never done doing Nickelodeon.
نندي من نيكلوديان إينا
أنا واحد نيكلوديان واحد One world, one Nickelodeon.
Sa unika ya yung sala Nickelodeon.
One mundo, un Nickelodeon.
Ik Nickelodeon.
都是那世界，都是那Nickelodeon。
一个我，一个尼可乐天。
Nick Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon. Nick.
It's time for the neck word of mine. Nickelodeon. Nick time.
Nick, Nickelodeon. Nick, Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon.
Don't go away. Nickelodeon will be right back. And now, back to the First Kids Network, Nickelodeon.
Coming up next on Nickelodeon, it's the Alvin Show. Next on Nickelodeon, it's Gumby, followed by Bullwinkle's Moose-a-Rama. Coming up, it's Rocco's Modern Life, followed by The Adventures of Pete and Pete, only on Nick. Up next on Nickelodeon, it's Are You Afraid of the Dark? Followed by Roundhouse. Next on Nickelodeon, it's Jim Henson's Muppet Babies, followed by Cartoon Kablooey. Coming up on Nickelodeon, it's Are You Afraid of the Dark? Followed by Rocco's Modern Life. Coming up next on Nickelodeon, it's Looney Tunes. Coming up next on Nickelodeon, it's Rocco's Modern Life, followed by Real Monsters. Next up on Nick, it's Real Monsters, followed by the Rugrats. Up next on Nickelodeon, it's Hey Dude, and then Salute Your Shorts. Up next on Nickelodeon, it's Salute Your Shorts, followed by What Would You Do? Up next, it's What Would You Do? Followed by Wild and Crazy Kids, only on Nickelodeon. Next on Nickelodeon, it's Wild and Crazy Kids, followed by Looney Tunes. Coming up on Nickelodeon, it's Looney Tunes, followed by Bullwinkle's Moose-a-Rama.
Coming up, it's Real Monsters, followed by Rugrats, only on Nick.
Stay tuned for Real Monsters, followed by The Wobulous World of Dr. Seuss, only on Nick.
Next up, it's Steven Spielberg presents Tiny Toon Adventures, followed by Doug, only on Nickelodeon.
Next on Nick, it's Inspector Gadget, followed by Steven Spielberg presents Tiny Toon Adventures.
Next up, it's Doug, followed by Rocco's Modern Life, only on Nickelodeon.
Coming up next on Nickelodeon, it's Inspector Gadget, followed by Are You Afraid of the Dark? Don't go away. Coming up next on Nickelodeon, it's Kablam!
Next on Nick, it's Rocco's Modern Life, followed by Clarissa Explains It All.
Next up, it's Inspector Gadget, followed by Looney Tunes, only on Nickelodeon. Next up, it's Nick Arcade, followed by Inspector Gadget, only on Nickelodeon.
Next on Nick, it's Beetlejuice, followed by Ren and Stimpy.
Rugrats is next, followed by Hey Arnold, only on Nickelodeon. Coming up next on Nickelodeon, it's Inspector Gadget, followed by Salute Your Shorts.
Coming up, it's Land of the Lost, followed by Space Cases, only on Nickelodeon.
Stay tuned for the Ren and Stimpy Show, followed by Looney Tunes, only on Nickelodeon. Next on Nickelodeon, it's Rocco's Modern Life, followed by Figure It Out.
Don't go away. Coming up next on Nickelodeon, it's Nick News.
Coming up, it's Inspector Gadget, followed by Hey Dude, only on Nickelodeon. Next up, it's Looney Tunes, followed by You're on Nickelodeon, Charlie Brown, only on Nickelodeon. Next up, it's Rocco's Modern Life, followed by My Brother and Me, only on Nickelodeon.
Coming up, it's Nick Arcade, followed by Family Double Dare, only on Nick.
Ren and Stimpy is next, followed by Salute Your Shorts, only on Nickelodeon. Ren and Stimpy is next, followed by Doug, only on Nickelodeon. Next on Nick, it's Rocco's Modern Life, followed by Real Monsters.
Alvin and the Chipmunks is next, followed by Inspector Gadget, only on Nickelodeon.
Global Guts is next, followed by Land of the Lost, only on Nickelodeon.
Don't rush off. Nickelodeon will be right back. Now back to Nickelodeon. Don't go away. Rugrats will be right back here on Nickelodeon. Don't go away. Nickelodeon will be right back. Now back to more Nickelodeon.
Don't go away. Are You Afraid of the Dark? We'll be right back. Now more Are You Afraid of the Dark on Nickelodeon.
The show will be right back, so stay tuned to Nickelodeon. Stay tuned, the show will be right back. Now, back to the show.
Stay tuned, Rugrats will be right back. Now, back to Rugrats, only on Nickelodeon.
Wait, Rugrats will be right back on Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Now back to Rugrats.
Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon.
Now back Charlie Brown.
Nickelodeon.
Don't go away. You're on Nickelodeon, Charlie Brown. We'll be right back. Now, back to You're on Nickelodeon, Charlie Brown. Watch out! Nickelodeon will be right back.
Now, back to more Rugrats, only on Nickelodeon. Never fear, Nickelodeon is here.
Now back to our and now back to and now back to our show. Stay tuned, Nickelodeon will be right back. Don't run off, Nickelodeon will be
back to Nickelodeon.
Don't run off. The show will be right back.
Now back to the show.
Don't run off. The secret world of Alex Mack will be right back.
Coming up next, it's Doug. Followed by Doug. Only on Nickelodeon.
Coming up next, it's the Rugrats. Followed by Hey Arnold on Nickelodeon.
Your Nick. Your show. Your break. Break's over.
Show's on again. There's more. Next. Ready? We're back.
Back in a flash. More coming up. Show's back on. Give me more. Now. We're back after this. Can you say more Nicktoons now? Yeah.
Sit tight. There's more coming.
It's showtime again.
There's more to come.
Here's more. On Nick. Ouch! Hey. Back in a sec.
It's on again.
It's on again. It's on again.
It's on
It's
again.
on again. It's on again.
We'll be right back with more Nickelodeon. Now we're back with more Nickelodeon. We'll be right back. Now we're back. We'll be right back with more Nickelodeon. Now we're back with more Nickelodeon. We'll be right back with more Nickelodeon. Now we're back with more Nickelodeon. We'll be right back. Now we're back. We'll be right back with more Nickelodeon. Now we're back with more Nickelodeon.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
Now back to our show on Nickelodeon.
SpongeBob will be right back on Nickelodeon.
Now back to more SpongeBob on Nickelodeon.
The Fairly Odd Parents will be right back on Nickelodeon.
Now back to more Fairly Odd Parents on Nickelodeon.
Jimmy Neutron will be right back on Nickelodeon.
Now back to more Jimmy Neutron, only on Nickelodeon.
The Rugrats will be right back on Nickelodeon.
Now back to more Rugrats on Nickelodeon.
All Grown Up will be right back here on Nickelodeon.
Now back to more All Grown Up right here on Nickelodeon.
We'll be right back.
Now back to the show.
Hey Arnold will be right back. Now back to Hey Arnold.
The Fairly Odd Parents will be right back on Nickelodeon.
Now back to more Fairly Odd Parents on Nickelodeon.
My Life as a Teenage Robot will be right back here on Nickelodeon.
Now back to more My Life as a Teenage Robot right here on Nickelodeon.
We'll be right back with Danny Phantom on Nickelodeon. And now back to Danny Phantom on Nickelodeon.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show. Jimmy Neutron will be right back on Nickelodeon.
Now back to more Jimmy Neutron, only on Nickelodeon.
Cat Dog will be right back here on Nickelodeon. Rocket Power will be right back on Nickelodeon.
Only on Nickelodeon.
Drake and Josh will be right back here on Nickelodeon.
Now back to more Drake and Josh right here on Nickelodeon.
We'll be right back.
Now back to the show. We'll be right back. Now back to the show. We'll be right back. Now back to the show. We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show. We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show. We'll be right back. Now back to the show. We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. the show.
Nickelodeon.
We'll be right back.
Nickelodeon.
Now back to the show. We'll be right back. And now back to the show. We'll be right back. And now, back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
This is summer. I'm Nick. This is summer. I'm Nick. This is summer. I'm Nick.
My name is Sam. I'm 12 years old and I skateboard. Skateboarding is when you run and you drop your board on wet sand. You try to jump on it and catch it and ride on the water. Feels like you're just like floating. First thing you do before you go out there is wax your board. This is a beaker pad to help stay on the board. The back pad helps your foot. This weekend I have a competition. The judges judge you by how good you are at going front side and back side and different tricks. Today I did a wrap brittle. My favorite move today was probably the shove and grab because I nailed it.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
I'm trained in a lot of styles of dancing, and I've taken a lot of classes. But one day I was at this hip-hop class at a place called Breaking Grounds, and I just started playing around. I combined ballet and breakdance together. It felt really, really weird at first, until I learned how to connect the moves. When I do ballet alone, it's kind of boring, but when you add the hip-hop, it just makes me feel like it's really me. Who knows what I'll come up with next?
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
I'm Chris. I am 13 years old, and I am a snowboarder. Today I'm gonna try a 360 off a jump and land it. If you're very afraid, some bad things are most likely gonna happen. That's why you gotta get it out of your head and just think of what good things can happen, because then everything's gonna go good from there. When you go off the jump, you take off on your heels and you pop a little. You're gonna take off
spin around 180, then 360, and then when you're landing, you want to come down centered, normal, and just go, and just ride away clean.
We'll be right back.
I've been DJing for about a year now, and I started taking classes at Scratch DJ Academy. What I love about DJing is you're creating your own music, and whatever you make, no one else can. I think my friend Rafi is just about as obsessed as I am. We're always listening to music and DJing together. Right down the street is a record store called Fat Beats where we go to buy all our vinyl. They have a lot of hip-hop and underground hip-hop, and it's pretty cheap too. Someday I want to DJ professionally in the clubs in New York City. But for now, I'm just happy hanging out every day after school and practicing.
Hey, I'm Saffron. I'm 11 years old. I live in Indiana, and I have a black belt in Taekwondo. I love Taekwondo because it helps me in my everyday life. You learn about the body and the mind, and it's not all about like kicking and punching. It's about learning self-discipline and modesty and patience and respect. Someday I hope I can open my own dojo, and I hope I can just like keep doing martial arts for a long time.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
I'm Jasmine, I'm 10 years old, and I love to do BMX racing. The most important thing to me is just having a great time out there.
So here's the story. I'm usually a street skater, but I decided to check out these ramps the other day. When I got there, it looked like a pretty cool place, like a cool place to hang out. They had a half pipe, a fly box, a spine. I never skated ramps like this before, and I was pretty good. Then this kid Kevin showed up. He's a real skater. Like, he's sponsored and everything. I tried to act like I didn't care, but it was annoying. He did a wall ride and nearly touched his back on the ceiling. That was amazing. Later on, I went home and played Tony Hawk. Like, I couldn't get enough skating in my life. I was better than everybody in that game.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
Hi, I'm Ashana, and this is my neighbor Derek. We've been shooting hoops together for a really long time, like since kindergarten. We play pickup games on the court near our house and watch NBA games every chance we get. Derek knows all the players and their stats, mainly because he's always trading b-ball cards. I went to a Liberty game last season, and now all I want to do is work on my three-pointers. The pros make it look so easy. Derek plays point guard, and he's a way better ball handler than I am. I'm really not all that great yet, but I'm getting a lot better from practicing every day. I know it's going to take a lot of work, but playing ball is what I love. We'll be right back. And now back to the show.
The thing about football is the adrenaline rush.
One big play can turn a whole game around because then your team is ready to play.
In last Friday's game, when I was playing safety on defense, it was about 3rd and 11, and my coach told me, Sean, watch your pass. So when the quarterback on the opposite team called hike and threw the ball in the air, I was like, I have to have it. This is my ball. And I did. I caught my first interception of the season.
It felt great.
And when that happens, I just love football. Just hearing the fans in the stands and them screaming and cheering you on, that really picks you up.
I hear my mom all the time screaming on the sidelines.
We'll be right back. back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We've been dancing in Sol Gigante. We dance salsa, merengue. We also dance hip hop.
We take like classes, like lip classes, ballroom classes. We take every kind of class.
We'll be right back.
And now back to the show.
Most of my CDs are burned, but I have oldies, 80s, good music. Spice Girls, very old Hispanic music, merengue. Juan Luis Guerra, he's a Dominican singer that sings merengue. Destiny's Child, Avril Lavigne. I have every type of music.
We'll be right back.
And now back to the show.
Here we are. The Beatles, the greatest band of all time. I don't care if you have an opinion, I don't want to know it. The Beatles, that's the best. What else do we got here?
And we'll be right back.
And now back to the show.
Fairly Odd Parents is coming up next. Then another Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents coming up next. Then Danny Phantom. My name is Sarah, and I love the Fairly Odd Parents. If I had magical powers, I'd turn my brother into a dog whenever he's mean.
Buzz off.
Alakazam!
Very funny.
We'll be right back.
The Nick Big Q. Who's your favorite sports team?
Philadelphia Flyers. Dallas Stars.
Chicago Bulls, man, yeah!
New York Rangers.
Phillies.
Anaheim Angels.
I'm 110% Yankee fan.
Get in on the next Big Q at Nick.com. Now back to the show.
Hard boy.
We'll be right back. The Nick Beat Big Q. What can you sing?
I keep on falling in. Let's get it started. It's tearing on my heart when I'm with you.
Get in on the next Big Q at Nick.com. Now back to the show. The Nick Big Q. What do teachers do during the summer?
I think they might go on a celebrity vacation or to the spa. I guess they just lay around. They go fishing all the time. I always thought the teachers would just go into a box and kind of go to sleep for a long time and come out like vampires or something.
Get in on the next Big Q at Nick.com, and we'll be right back.
I used to think that they would live at school and they had like a little mattress, everything, and they'd pull it out from under their desk, and I didn't think they had another life.
Now back to the show.
The Nick Big Q. What's on your summer reading list?
Chasing Redbird, because I read that every summer and it's just the best book.
Lemony Snicket books. Tuck Everlasting right now.
Probably some Gary Paulson books.
Harry Potter, I guess.
Batman and Superman.
Probably Spider-Man, yeah.
Get in on the next Big Q at Nick.com, and we'll be right back.
I just go to the library and pick one that looks really good.
Now back to the show.
The Nick Big Q. What video games will you play this summer?
I'm trying to get an Xbox 2, so any of the games on Xbox 2.
SpongeBob.
Super Smash Brothers. Xbox NBA. Tattoo Staff of Dreams.
Finding Nemo, Hey Arnold, the movie and Super Mario 3.
Get in on the next big Q at Nick.com, and we'll be right back.
The one I'm probably going to be playing the most is probably Gran Turismo.
Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
Combo, perfect, good, perfect, good. Combo, perfect, good. Combo, perfect, good. Combo, perfect.
We'll be right back.
Combo, perfect, good. Combo, good, perfect, good. Combo, perfect, good. Perfect combo, perfect, good.
Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. And now, back to the show.
Fairly Odd Parents is coming up next. Then another Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents coming up next. Then Danny Phantom.
Nick Extra. February VIBs. Very important birthdays. Hola Shakira. Feliz cumpleaños on February 2nd. Ashton Kutcher celebrates his birthday on February 7th. Trick Candles. The fabulous Emma Roberts turns 1 year older on February 10th. And on February 11th, Jennifer Aniston and Kelly Rowland make their birthday wishes. Wonder if they're friends. We'll be right back. Here are more very important birthdays. Happy birthday to Abe Lincoln on February 12th and to Michael Jordan on February 17th. Score! And now back to the show.
Nick Extra.
Helpful hints for humans. In the event of untimely flatulence, here are hints to help you pass gas with class. Try the dispersal technique. Find excuse to cross room. With each step, silently release gas in controlled quantities. Or play the blame game. Immediately after emission, accusingly shout name of nearest classmate.
Chester!
Or create a temporary distraction. Wow, pretty! More helpful hints when we come back. Here's another helpful hint for cutting the cheese in class. Insert dryer sheets in your pants before school. Fart and smell the flowers.
Lilacs.
And now back to the show.
Nick Extra.
Helpful hints for humans. In the event of a surprise visit from your Aunt Smoochie, here are hints to help you miss that dreaded hello kiss. Wear a prosthetic nose. Secure firmly. Allow schnoz to keep your aunt at bay. Or eat garlic. Wear garlic. Bathe in garlic. Or use little brother as human shield. More helpful hints when we come back. Here's another helpful hint for dodging the mustache matron. Sudden dance attack. And now back to the show.
Nick Extra.
Helpful hints for humans. If the one you can't resist has no clue that you exist, here are some hints that will make your crush blush. Shave crush's name into uncle's back. Display prominently.
Hey, how you doing?
Or bake a large cake. Jump out of it. Or flatter her style by dressing just like her.
Nice caprice.
More helpful hints when we come back. Here's another hint to earn the one you yearn. Form a barbershop quartet. Serenade.
Please notice me.
Wow, the acoustics sound great in here.
And now back to the show.
Nick Extra.
Helpful hints for humans. In the event you're sharing the hall with a Neanderthal, here are hints to help you say, "See you later, intimidator." Volunteer bully for deep space expedition. Commence countdown. Or tape yourself to bully's back. Tap shoulder repeatedly. Or bring pet gorilla to school. Let nature take its course. More helpful hints when we come back. Here's another hint to help you elude the school's mean dude. Marry his mom. Become his dad. Ground him forever. And now back to the show.
Nick Extra.
Helpful hints for humans. If the last day of school seems too far away, here are some hints to start summer today. Wear bathing suit over clothing. Apply sunblock. Or host a luau in the science lab. Use teacher for limbo contest. Or turn the principal's car into a parade float. Strike up the band. More helpful hints when we come back. Here's another hint to help your last days of class go by fast. Turn your playground into an amusement park. Charge admission.
One, please. That'll be $82.50.
Now back to the show.
Here's another helpful hint for dealing with snot on the palm. Try shaking hands with the teacher.
Good day, sir.
And now, back to the show.
Nick Extra inside the Nicktoons studio.
Hi, my name is Mike DiMartino, and I'm co-creator of Avatar. And I'm going to show you how to draw Aang. To draw Aang's head, I start with a circle. I'm going to add the cheek and a rough outline of the ear. And then about halfway through the face, I draw a line for the eyes. And I draw his neck and his shoulders, and sketch in his clothes. And I switch to a darker pencil for the details, darken it in, and add the outline of the eye shape. And then we add Aang's pupils in his eyes, and little highlights, and his nose. Next area we'll work on is the mouth, and here we add the teeth. We show how they wrap around into the head. Add the ear detail, and we're going to add his eyebrows. And then the last thing is the arrow on his head. And there's Aang.
Inside the Nicktoons studio.
Hi, my name is Carlos Ramos, creator of the X's, and I'm going to show you how to draw a glow face. So what we're going to start with today is a lump here, then a circle added to it, little ear, little triangle here for his nose, and then next we're going to have this huge curve here because Glowface has a huge mouth. You can make his teeth as gnarled and gross as you want. He's got this really big, dark, spooky mouth here. Next thing we're going to have is his eyebrows, big, sharp, straight. And he's got beady little eyes. Big circle, adding the electricity. You guys can really go nuts with this electricity. We have a big V here, and next we have his gloves. Glowface has these really pointy hands with big shoulder pads. His torso is very tall, but Glowface's legs are really short. The last thing we have to add is this M here for his handkerchief, because Glowface likes to look classy. And there he is. That's Glowface.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show. We'll be right back. Now back to the show. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Now back to the show. Nick Extra. We'll be right back. Nick Extra. Gary's Gourmet. We'll be right back. Now back to the show. Nick Extra. Pickled plankton.
Okay, I'm ready for my Krabby Patty.
We'll be right back.
Excuse me, I can't reach my silverware.
Now back to the show.
To download your copy of Aang, go to nick.com/avatar. We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
Nick!
We'll be right back. Now back to the show. Nick Extra. We'll be right back. Now back to the show. Nick Extra. El Papier Tigre.
Let it dry overnight.
We'll be right back.
Miranda, I'm your #1 fan. iCarly rules.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
What would happen if we morphed together, Miranda Cosgrove and Tuesday X? Find out after the break. So what do these two look like morphed together? Just like this. Now back to the show. What would happen if we morphed together Jimmy's dad and Timmy's dad? Find out after the break. So what do these two look like morphed together? Just like this. Now back to the show.
What would happen if we morphed Mr. Krabs and Plankton? Find out after the break. What would Mr. Krabs and Plankton look like morphed together? We call them plabs. Now back to the show.
Nick Extra inside the Nicktoons studio.
Hey, I'm Butch Hartman, the creator of the Fairly Odd Parents, and I'm going to teach you how to draw Cosmo. You want to start off with letter C. Draw his hair on this side. Draw his ear, a little number 6 right there inside. Real big on his hair because he keeps it nice and clean. 2 big circles for his eyes because he's real expressive. Draw his eyes. It's a bunch of circles. There are the little pupils in there. And then do his eyebrows, which are just basically 2 rectangles. And then draw his nose. Here's his mouth because he's always talking. Takes up most of his face. Open his mouth up. Give him some teeth so he can eat. Add his tongue and then draw his body, which is just a little triangle with feet on it. Pants. He's got a tie because he dresses for work. Put his arms on there. He wears long sleeves. And then his fingers, only 4. Draw his wings.
And the most important part about being a fairy godparent is his magic wand and his crown. And that is how you draw Cosmo.
We'll be right back. Now back to the show. Nick Extra.
Savada. Ooh, hey!
We'll be right back. And now, back to the show. We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
Plankton, they float in the sea, the smallest creatures in marine biology. They're low on the food chain, they drift in a bunch. Whales eat them for breakfast and have seconds for lunch. That's plankton, real life plankton. Crabs are crustaceans with bad reputations for pinching at your feet and your toes. The shells on their backs protect their cephalothorax. Their antenna is also their nose. That's crabs, real life crabs. Real life plankton and real life crabs. They don't work in restaurants or research labs. So when you're watching SpongeBob and these two come along, remember all you learned from this fact-filled fish song. Plankton and crabs. Plankton and crabs. Plankton and crabs. Plankton and crabs.
You're watching Nickelodeon, but you already knew that. Now back to the show. The break's over. Now back to the show on Nickelodeon.
Now back to the show, right here on Nickelodeon. It's time to get back to the show, right here on Nickelodeon. We'll be right back after this, so stick with Nick.
There's more Back at the Barnyard coming at you. Up next on Nickelodeon.
Get schooled with Ned's Declassified up next on Nick. We'll be right back. There's more Ned's Declassified up next on Nick. We'll be right back. We're back with more Ned's Declassified right here on Nick.
Get ready to hang with Drake and Josh. Up next on Nickelodeon. There's more Drake and Josh coming your way. Up next on Nickelodeon.
It's an all-new Mighty Bee. Up next on Nickelodeon. Stick around. There's more iCarly up next on Nickelodeon. You're watching Nickelodeon. Now, here's more iCarly. Get styling with more True Jackson VP. Up next on Nickelodeon. To be true. Now here's more True Jackson VP on Nickelodeon. You're watching Nickelodeon. Now here's more True Jackson VP.
watching Nick. We'll be right back. You're watching Nick. Now back to the show. We'll be right back on Nick. Now back to the show on Nick. We'll be right back on Nick. Now back to the show on Nick. We'll be right back on Nick. Now back to the show on Nick. We'll be right back on Nick. Now back to the show on Nick. We'll be right back on Nick. Now back to the show on Nick.
Better in the works, you know. You gotta step up your game to make it to the top, so go. Got a little competition, no. You're gonna find it hard to cope with living on your own. Let's make this happen, go. We're gonna show the world this make it can work and it can work for you. And you know that it will.
You're watching SpongeBob SquarePants. We'll be right back on Nick. Now back to SpongeBob SquarePants on Nick. It's the Fairly Odd Parents. Up next on Nick.
No te muevas de ahí, ya regresamos con Top Papi, Agente Secreto. ¡Ahora! Seguimos con más Top Papi, Agente Secreto.
Hey, it's time for a short break. Be back soon. Victorious won't be gone long, so keep it here. Time to check out more Victorious. We've got more penguins coming up. See you soon. Let's get back to the action with more penguins. Hey, it's time for a short break. Be back soon. Let's get back to more Nick. There's more SpongeBob in just a few. You're hanging with SpongeBob right now. It's Gotta See Saturday morning, and you've gotta stick around. It's Gotta See Saturday morning, so let's get back to the action right now. There's more Gotta See Saturday on the way, so stick around.
Don't worry, we'll be back before you know it, so stick around. Let's get back to the laughs right now. And we're back with more iCarly
in 3, 2, now. Don't go anywhere. There's more Nick on the way. Let's get back to the action right now.
Hey, it's time for a short break. Be back soon. Let's get back to more Nick. You're hanging with SpongeBob right now. Time to check out more Victorious.
I have parties to flip. Aren't I cards? Check this out. Cool. Epic.
Let's go! Bet you think you're pretty slick. Sweet, huh?
Awesome!
It's going to be so amazing. Awesome. Cool. Awesome.
Wait a minute, this looks familiar.
Dudley.
Come on, Kitty, we've been training all year for this. Awesome!
It's fairly on Nick.
You're watching Fairly Odd Parents. On Nick.
You're watching House of Anubis on Nick.
iCarly. Nick. You're watching iCarly. You're watching iCarly. On Nick.
It's Kung Fu Panda on Nick. You're watching
SpongeBob. On Nick. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Nick.
You're watching the Tough Putty on Nick.
Presto. You're watching Sanjay and Craig. On Nick. Sanjay and Craig. On Nick.
You're watching Sponge. Only on.
You watch SpongeBob. On Nick. You watch SpongeBob. On Nick. Nickelodeon.
Dickie and Dawn is up next. There's more Game Shakers up next. Henry Danger is up next. Bella and the Bulldogs is up next. Nicky, Ricky, Dickie, and Dawn is up next. Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket is up next. There's more SpongeBob up next. Breadwinners is up next.
I smell bacon.
There's more Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket up next. SpongeBob SquarePants is up next.
Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon.
You're watching Nickelodeon. You're watching Nickelodeon. You're watching Nickelodeon. You're watching Nickelodeon. You're watching Nickelodeon. You're watching Nickelodeon.
You're watching Nickelodeon. Keep it here.
You're watching Nickelodeon. Keep it here.
You're watching Nickelodeon. Keep it here. We'll be right splat.
You're watching Nickelodeon. Keep it here. You're in the splat zone. Keep it here. you know, keep it here. Dig in to more Nickelodeon.
You're watching Nickelodeon. Keep it here.
We'll be right back.
Don't move. No, seriously. Be right back.
You're watching Nickelodeon. Duh.
Report to the auditorium for an urgent update.
100% Colossum. Colossum. Awesome. I love this school.
Let's do this.
You're watching SpongeBob SquarePants on Nickelodeon.
You're watching SpongeBob SquarePants on Nickelodeon.
You're watching SpongeBob SquarePants.
You're watching SpongeBob SquarePants on Nickelodeon.
You're watching the Patrick Star Show on Nickelodeon.
Keep it here. You're watching Big Nate on Nickelodeon.
You're watching Big Nate. Sweet! On Nickelodeon.
You're watching Aaron and Aaron on Nickelodeon.
You're watching Aaron and Aaron on Nickelodeon.
Get back here, Hawk!
You're watching The Loud House on Nickelodeon. You're watching The Loud House on Nickelodeon.
Keep it here.
You're watching Danger Force
We got this.
on Nickelodeon.